Yes, we're good.
Call the meeting to order.
Whoops.
Everybody accept the minutes.
Second it.
Tony and
Andy.
Andy.
It's no TD today.
Not yet.
And bills are going around.
Yes, so you guys got time to look at the bills for a minute. And I can find the other end of the phone. That's all right, we got 5 more.
Yeah.
Phones?
Oh, yeah. Hello,
Good evening.
how are you, Bob?
This is Bob. Is this Emily?
This is Emily.
Well, very good. Working late today.
We are. So we do have select board member Tony Archibald, Andy Smith, Mark Larrabee, and Jason Cantel.
All right. Wonderful. Shall we move right ahead, Emily?
Sure.
Are there members of the public there as well?
We have Lisa Hango and Sean Tagg.
All right. Terrific. So I'm here with Norman Cohen and David Bodie, and we're here to talk about the Declaration of Inclusion. And thank you for making room on your agenda for us. And I'll start off and then I'll pass it on to Norman and Norman to David, and they will stand by for questions and discussion. So the Declaration of Inclusion is really just a fancy name for a simple idea by which we are asking all towns and their residents to be welcoming and respectful to all others in the community and those that may move into the community regardless of ethnicity, religion, etc. So to give you a short history, back in 2020, the town of your neighboring town of Franklin was asked to think about something called the Declaration of Inclusion by one of its own members, and they liked it and adopted it. And then I heard it and presented it to the town of Pittsburgh, where I live, and then the next town of Brandon, down in Rutland County. And both towns adopted it. And so I thought, well, maybe there's some statewide implications here. So indeed, this is a statewide initiative. It has become so, and so far 155 Vermont cities and towns have adopted our suggested statement, or one very similar. And I think you have that information in your packets today,
Yes.
including the declaration itself, but I will read it if you wish. Would you like me to read it? Or,
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
Yes.
Okay. For those in the audience as well, the town of Berkshire condemns racism and welcomes all persons regardless of race, color, religion, national origin, sex or sexual orientation, gender, identity, and expression, age, disability, economic, socioeconomic status, and wants everyone to feel safe and welcome in our community. As a town, we formally condemn all discrimination in all its forms, commit to fair and equal treatment of everyone in our community, and will strive to ensure all our actions and policies and operating procedures reflect this commitment. The town of Berkshire has and will consider to be a place can live freely and express their opinions. So that is the statement. So in addition to 155 towns having adopted, and we have the strong support of a number of statewide organizations, including the Vermont League of Cities and Towns, the Vermont State Chamber, the Vermont Council on Rural Development, the governor, and many others. So I think you received a suggested statement and other documents, so I hope that those have helped give you a little background. We are not suggesting that any town is discriminatory, but simply asking all towns to state publicly through this declaration that their town condemns discrimination and urges respect toward everyone. By the way, towns near Berkshire that have adopted an inclusion statement or one similar to the one that we suggest, in addition to Franklin, there's Swanton, St. Albans City, St. Albans Town, Milton, Fairfield, Bakersfield, and in addition to Grand Isle, South Bureau, and other towns in your region. So we hope you will join those towns and add to the 79% of the population which reside in those towns. So at this point, I will pass it on to Norman for a few words, and then to David, and then back to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Norman? Did we lose Norman? David, are you there? Oh. Well, maybe we lost him. Maybe in merging the calls, I didn't press the right button.
Do you want to call back and try again?
Well,
Oh, that's, I don't see.
I think we can just go
That
to
seems like a no-brainer to me.
a discussion, and if you wish, and I would
We
say
don't have to
that
spend
again,
the whole
that
night
this is a
talking.
statewide effort, going town by town, to build our workforce and add to our tax base and slowly build our population. So, yes, I'm happy to stand by for any questions or discussion, and perhaps a member of the select board would make a motion to adopt.
I move to adopt this as written. It seems like a no-brainer.
So we didn't, get a lot of, resident input on this, so I thought we would just carry this over to the next meeting before we adopt, so that we can invite more of the public here to, have their input on this. That's kind of where I was at.
Okay, I understand. I think discussion
Sounds
is
good.
always a
Sounds
good
good.
thing.
Sounds good. We'll
Yeah.
table it till the next meeting and we'll see if we got public input.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you would like me to be present or one of us to be present at that meeting to answer questions, we'd be happy to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So Emily, you would let me know when the next meeting is, and we can take it from there.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from today, but I will definitely send you a message.
Okay, wonderful. Well, you've been so helpful and welcoming. I appreciate it, and look forward to our next meeting.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, so Danny's not here, so does anybody have highway updates?
He is on the.
So they're working, I see
Yeah.
all the trucks are at the shop right now.
Yeah,
so
and
something's-
and I talked with him, he's on the Reservoir Road, working on the culvert.
Right, but which one?
Oh, he didn't say which one.
So the other
Like
culvert's
Huey's?
done, they're doing the new one down, it's down further, it's down the other side of Valancourt's.
By Goodrich,
Goodrich's, yeah, right there. That's where they were going last week.
Billy just pulled into the dump truck and then Danny's unhitching from the trailer, so
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's just no big deal, it's.
I would say he's probably not too far out.
Yeah.
No, it's okay,
Yeah, I just see all the pickups still over there and it's way past 4:30.
Yeah, Billy was pulled into the garage like,
He plans on coming. He does plan on coming.
We can do a highway update.
Yeah, when he gets here.
Yeah, when he gets back and we can.
Because I haven't seen him yet today. Tomorrow I'll see him.
Okay. New garage update.
So we're on the concepts that were sent up. Did everybody have a chance to
So
look at
I
that?
perused them.
I actually printed them for us,
Okay,
so we can take a look at them here.
everybody had them on email,
Yeah, so
so
I
they
just-
all had a chance to look at them.
These are in a little larger format for everybody.
No, I ain't doing it. I don't think.
Okay, so this one,
I know it's,
Get that lined up there.
you guys can come on over now.
this is the 4-bay garage, so I don't even,
Right over here.
this is the 4-bay garage. And
I just take
along,
I don't know why concept one's even this good.
so I don't even, this one here, as far as I'm concerned, is just tough.
Well, let me hand this around. So this is from Ryan Wells
Yeah,
today.
This is the 4-bay.
He wanted everybody to,
so we're not even interested in that.
just to look at the information that he provided and some of his thoughts that went along with it in our discussion, for our discussion.
Lisa, if you wanna come over,
I'll take those afterwards, Emily.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
gonna put them over.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm not gonna be taking Danny's seat.
Oh, no.
No.
You will be till he shows up, then he'll kick your butt out.
So here's another 4-bay garage. That one's,
And the other one's tearing the garage down, so there's really only one option.
Yeah, that one, you cut me in the garage.
So you have to tear
This
the
is
garage
the
down.
There was a question from the state
Cut
of,
me in the garage like,
there was,
so I thought, I measured it today, I thought we could squeeze it in.
there was a question from the state of
We
Vermont,
measured it last
from
Thursday.
Brian that had, what can we do for ADA access in the driveway to make it for everybody? That's the same topic.
So we have to be this far away from this, we can't cheat it over anymore.
nope, because you're commercial. See, you got the 25, that's a residential, this is 50 is
Yeah.
Yes, I couldn't see
the
that.
commercial, so they're still under that commercial headway.
Well, I guess we pretty much only got one design. Cause cause we drove some stakes out there, but that's obsolete now. This last Thursday we were out. And that's the heating part of our garage and yeah, we pretty much can't.
So that one design there stays out of all the wetlands.
Correct, both of them.
It doesn't tear down the other garage.
No, this one.
This one tears down, this one
This one
tears
tears
down.
down.
The other one. the-
No, we're looking at this one.
Yeah.
Discuss that one. We got it right there.
Yeah, we're looking at C6B right now. The one that was proposed next to the road. No, Lisa. No,
Well,
sit
I can
down.
come over next
Sit down.
We
You
got more chairs.
got plenty of chairs.
Mine me still my work clothes.
No problem. No problem.
I can't fill your shoes.
How come everybody always sneaks that in?
Don't worry about it. She likes it free.
Don't worry about it. So these are the two concepts. These are the two concepts. If we stay with 120 by 54 that doesn't require a wetlands permit. Yep. So these were the notes from Ryan Wells. In the meeting tonight, a few things that may want to be discussed. Handicap parking spaces and the surface they're allowed on. The minimum amount of handicap parking spaces is determined by how many total parking spaces are required by the town. If you have 25 or less parking spaces required by the town, then one of those spaces needs to be a handicap parking space. Handicap parking spaces cannot be on a gravel surface. This space, wheelchair aisle, and access to the building needs to be either concrete or pavement. Now that further discussion is in our discussion with the talk with the state, and he verified the information that's on the construction permit. And indeed, it can become a hard packed surface. Doesn't need to be asphalt or concrete, but it can't be gravel.
Right.
They make a product that is like concrete, right? Hard packed.
That dense back, yeah.
Yep, so that is permissible. So number 2 on the restoration plan. So the restoration plan is the area identified on the drawing that we have to restore. The restoration plan is required no matter what concept the board decides to move forward with. Would the board like me to start moving forward with the restoration plan to get submitted to the state for approval now? The restoration plan does not hinge on the proposed project, even if the proposal includes wetland permitting. Either way, first do a restoration plan, then follow up with other permitting such as wetland permitting if a concept moving forward requires it. So those were his only 2 statements as of today, coming back to us with any, for any further comments.
So we just gotta remove a little bit of the bank here.
Well, it's like he said,
It's actually
Tony,
quite a bit,
it-
2,700 feet.
It's quite a bit, it's quite a bit. And his recommendation was, you know, in discussion, we don't have a lot of area to work with. If we were gonna do something, one option would be is to get this somewhat in an area of everything has been identified and there's been, the boundaries have been set back up. So we don't impede on that area during construction.
So this is the new boundaries, more or less.
Yeah.
This is the outline of the setback area
50
from the wetlands. Yes.
Buffer zone.
Yeah.
And that's so, but here, it's more than the 50 feet.
It's,
because
this
it's
is gonna be
proposed.
pulled back to the bank.
This line is your 50 feet from here,
Yeah,
or sorry, from here.
Right.
yeah.
And
That's
this-
top of
This
bank.
slope has to be a one-to-one
But this is
slope.
the existing bank now,
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus what we gotta dig out
Or what
here,
they-
so we got both.
Or what they refer to as an area being filled in, just for whatever reason, over time, that's what occurred when they look back at the LiDAR and the electronic picture of this area in 2010.
So as this is being done, this gray area here ain't gonna come into play.
Yeah, the only, if you look at this area here, well, it's starting to get a little snug. If you remember in Ryan's last meeting, we looking for like 15 feet or so to maintain around the building, to maintain the area, but 2 to maintain the building. The other proposed area next to the road, when you look at this outline here, this really opens up the area between the salt shed and the workability of the front of the building, which I call the front, where all the doors are.
Do they both have to have their old garage tore down?
This one does not have to have the old garage tore down.
Right.
The door's facing the same way.
Right.
As the new.
We're getting, our garage used to be here with this much room. We're still gonna have quite a bit of room in front of the garage.
Yeah, you have all, where the
Yeah.
old garage sits, that'll all be parking lot.
And there was a discussion about putting them in their driveway, this
This
type of access.
But that would only be just this is the primary driveway.
Right, but you could have.
This-
access to
You can have a driver here to put culverts and stuff over here.
Oh,
Right.
can we go near this? This looks like
No, no.
forbidden land.
Inside the stone.
You
No, you
gotta,
can't.
you gotta protect your well area too.
And then your septic's down here too, right?
And it's over here.
It's over here now.
That's where
That one,
This
Same
one's right behind the building.
are they?
So it's still, you still have all
But
that.
they have to move the septic, right?
Okay, either way.
Either
yeah,
way.
yeah.
And either way, there'll be a water wastewater permit amendment with that.
And you
With
guys,
either
I mean,
design though.
Right.
like he's saying, you gotta
Yes.
protect your
Yes.
well area.
Yes.
Technically, when you were storing culverts and all that stuff here, you were within that district of the well area before,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
You can, as long, you can
The
store
culverts
stuff.
are contaminated.
Store stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you gotta stay out of is this long, this
You can't
borderline.
We can't, that's the wetland.
You
That's-
can't dig access that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. But nor,
If you
we don't,
choose.
right,
If you choose.
we don't know if we're gonna be doing that yet.
If.
This is all for discussion tonight.
Well, I think it's to make a decision to.
I'm all for
You know what I
discussing
mean,
it.
to
Either we're
discuss
gonna
it
build
and
this thing to
and
it or
do
not.
something, yeah.
Well, I think
I'm
we're,
not waiting another meeting to decide whether we're gonna build the fucking thing.
Well,
Oh, there we go.
It's okay, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Diddling around with this forever.
so, but can we start building as long as we're not in?
We can start building even without.
So
this being
that's
done,
for
right?
him to send to the state and decide.
He told us last meeting, because you weren't here.
Yeah.
He told us last meeting, if we didn't infringe on the wetlands, this historic thing has to be done, period.
Regardless, yeah.
So he has to file that anyways. And as far as the building, that has to be moved because the septic tank right now is not where it belongs. It's automatically gotta be removed and the wastewater permit has to be amended anyways.
Yeah, but we can still
So
construct it.
that can be done and he should be able to get, he thought, in his opinion, okay, he thought within a couple of weeks we would have the okay to start building.
What's this number 2 say though? Did you read number 2?
Yeah, I know.
What's number 2 say?
The registration, yeah, if he
You
said,
don't have to have the restoration permit brought thing to move forward.
Right.
That's what number 2 says.
Right.
That answers your.
that's why I said, but he was saying on.
We
the-
still
moving
we
the
still
tank.
have the tank to move though.
The tanks,
Yeah.
but you don't have to have the restoration plan set to build.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
what-
number 2 says.
but
Sort of want the tanks.
but what he did say in
But the
also
tank-
the
the
meeting
tanks can be
was,
verbal also.
because he's
Yeah,
saying this
verbal.
because
Wow.
he thinks he could do things concurrently.
Yes.
But we don't have that in writing yet.
Right.
And why is the tank not permissible? I mean, it's no leach field.
It is
it's
permissible,
sealed,
but it
It's
impedes.
it's moved to a different spot.
Somehow
more or
got
less.
put in the wrong place.
It's in the wrong, the well's
Both
in
the
the
well
wrong place too.
and the septic tank were put in the wrong
Installed
spot.
in the wrong place.
For whatever reasons.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
We're not going back there, but
It
According-
is where it is now. so-
according to the site plan that was done previously, for whatever reasons, what it shows and where these are located in the field are incorrectly positioned.
They don't match.
But since we're at it,
So do we have to have a permit to move that septic tank before they can build?
they're gonna do, they're
Yes,
gonna
yes.
amend
It's
the
an amendment.
wastewater, yeah.
You have to resubmit a water wastewater amendment permit
Before they can build?
before we can do anything.
But we have to have one anyway to put that tank in for the trench drains.
Yep.
So we
Yeah.
gotta add that.
So they were
Yeah.
already doing,
So
we were
And they
already
have-
doing that.
And they have that on the drawing. I mean, here's one here, and here's one here.
Okay, the other thing too is if you do this one, your wastewater for your trench drains is in the middle of your parking lot. People are gonna be driving over it. This one here,
And that's,
they probably will be driving over it, but it's off out of the way a little bit.
but they do it just like the catch basin in the main highway. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you
And
drive.
I asked that question.
No, I know.
I asked that question to him,
Yeah,
just to make sure, hey, we're gonna drive trucks over it. He said, no bother.
yeah.
But this concept means you tear the garage down, they have no place to work while it's being built.
Well, no.
Well, we would have to plan accordingly if we take that, if we do take that direction and we all decide unanimously that this is the best one that fits the town of Berkshire, then we would have to plan accordingly to
However-
when could best we begin construction. And probably most likely with fall work coming up and everything upon us for winter, we would probably stretch this out till spring.
That'd
What
probably
if
be
you
the
went
best
with the
plan.
other?
Huh?
That'd be the best plan, because we can't go without a garage.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
we can't, I
right.
don't know, this one here, I'm not opposed to this one with that, and they can start this year. What's the forecast look like on goods and materials?
I haven't checked on them, but we've been holding tight for you guys for this. You know what I mean? Like, I got a serious gap in my schedule.
Yeah,
And hold tight.
so, I don't know if Good Hughes still planning on coming, or,
Yeah.
Last time I talked to him,
We
he's
got
been asking me every time, he said,
people are planning on it.
what's going
yeah,
on?
so,
Trusses are
because
built.
I'm thinking this one, we go and get it, because everybody's scheduled this out. And this is basically just moving forward from where we were.
You're moving this way and you're moving this way.
Yeah.
So.
Because we gotta move this regardless, this is getting changed. So it doesn't make a difference, so we put the portalette back in the town garage and they move that over there. More or less, basically what's happening.
What we'd want to ask our crew if that would be permissible, you know, to be able to
This
work
one-
from a portalette.
This one here, they can't.
You did 2 years ago.
They've done it before, and this one here involves no repairs, we gotta send everything to Valancourts. They're basically, you don't have a shop no more once you tear it.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah,
That is
and then
correct.
we do have, they do some
You
work
can't.
in the shop.
You can't leave the trucks outside.
No, that's what this imposes.
We'd have to get a shell up
Yeah.
and get you undercover
Yeah.
The thing
before
is,
December 1st.
20 feet of building right against the highway.
Well, it
you don't
was-
think
Yeah,
these are-
that's
these found some
running
beer
that.
bottles off
Yeah,
there.
well, this was only a concept that was brought up because they thought
I
they wanted to
actually
take a
thought
look
we
at it.
could stick it here, and I was all for it till I figured out we had to tear down the garage.
Well, that's, Tony, to your point, the other concept that's rolled up is a 4-bay here,
Yeah,
which doesn't impact the shop.
But then we have to go through and do our fire safety
do it
permit and all
all
of that
over. Yeah,
stuff all over
yeah,
again.
yeah.
And that,
Correct,
that backs us all up again, so.
correct.
and with basically with a 5-bay garage, it gives our men chances to work on equipment. The 4-bay, we're moving stuff in and out. Now, if it's sitting there and we wanna work on it in the winter, I say we stay with a 5-bay.
Okay,
So we
So-
need
I move to accept this proposal right here. I don't know what, C2A.
and it is TONY.
Because we got two T's.
Because I've got this.
The two T's
Oh,
are.
Yep,
you guys, seriously.
all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Okay, oh, okay, perfect.
What about having them, start on the restoration plan?
Well, I think that has to go.
Yeah, I think regardless, we're gonna have to let
So,
them
so
do
you wanna make a
that.
motion, Andy, to accept this?
Yeah,
Tony, Andy makes a motion to begin the restoration plan, and I second it.
Can I just my thoughts to that was, it sounded in the meeting the other day like they were really gonna make you do that restoration plan this fall, right? Didn't it kind of sound?
well, yeah.
It all depends, it was on,
The roughing it out.
But
Yeah.
part of what I wanna say is that excavator is gonna be sitting in there, doing all the digging and doing everything for that. At that point, you're gonna be able to dig this building and probably not get in trouble. You know what I mean? In that wetland buffer. There's all kinds of stuff that's gonna be going. There's dump trucks and excavators.
oh yeah,
So in my
absolutely,
opinion,
absolutely.
doing that excavation part right there now is a wise thing.
Yeah,
I'm just-
yeah.
Because you're gonna be in there with trucks, you're gonna be in there with excavators, the state's not gonna give you a hard
Because
time.
God give us, because we're gonna be turning it so we can get it.
Get it all done.
They get a,
Well, he did say there was 2 stages to the,
Yeah, before we even put it,
He said it was.
that's what he said the other night,
Right.
was there was 2 stages to the restoration. You have basically a dig out
Years.
and restore,
My thought was
and
just
you
the
slope and
excavation.
all that stuff.
Is gonna
And
be-
then you have a plant.
It's just kind of smart.
And then you have, a year after the plant, you have an inspection to to make sure all the grass and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
they're gonna make us
So
plant some.
you actually have
trees
multiple
and stuff
stages
in
to this, but the
Yeah.
biggest thing is the dig out.
Yeah.
Cause you do the dig out, then you do the plant, then they come back and do the
Well, they do-
inspection for the
Yeah.
growth. Make sure everything's growing the way it's supposed to be.
He thought that maybe we'd have probably 3, 4 inspections from that
Yeah, he
department
said 2 or
along
3,
the way.
yeah, the biggest thing.
As of today.
This is, the disruption part of it is
They'll have to let us
is-
know.
stage 1.
We
They
should
should
be
call
in
it.
a week or two, I would think.
Well, now we can go forward with Ryan. He needs to put the restoration plan together. Now he can notify Crystal from the
So the
DEC.
restoration.
and make a
plan, is that
statement.
gonna Be a cost to us elsewhere in our budget?
Oh, yeah, everything will be, but it's okay. It's not out of our budget yet. It's not out of budget yet.
Yeah, the restoration fund, he said, he gave us a rough
No,
number.
we're still
It wasn't that bad.
So we need to move forward with the restoration plan
We don't have a choice.
now and let Ryan know to move forward with it and put that together for us and to get it submitted.
Along with the revising.
With the water wastewater permit. That's
Do it
right.
all at the same time.
That's right.
So it might be a few weeks before you could get started, but.
But we're
he
making
was pretty-
progress.
He was pretty optimistic about it.
It's looking better than it was
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying the amendment wouldn't take very long.
And when I met
He
with
said the
Ryan
amendment was
on
easy.
site here,
He said
and
that
I
was
met
the
with
part.
Crystal,
The tank,
she was more than
The
willing
moving
to
the
work with
tank,
it.
yeah.
so hopefully that may take longer than this part, right? No, they're
No.
gonna jump on that too, because they want.
No, the restoration thing, he said would be a while,
Yeah.
would be a little bit
Like
of,
he said, you wanna get that part done before you start doing here, because you
Both
start
at the same time.
Well, yeah, but a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of first, according to Ryan, is this is gonna probably start to go first.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Sure.
Go right from one to the other or back and forth.
Whatever Scott Goodyear
Yeah.
wants to do.
have them all do it, yeah, it could be done all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to talk with Scott, right? Because this is out of your scope.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're gonna have to, someone's gonna
When we
have
had
to.
this, they were,
We've asked him to come over his meetings.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fine.
He's just not waiting for it.
Yeah.
But it's been nice for him to be here for,
I think now that you think.
You want to circle that one, Emily?
No, I've got it written down. I have copies.
So
of
it is, so it is 5 days, right? And it's.
5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let me
Yeah,
just,
no, I
let me
have-
just give this one, as we are here tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Here you go.
They're signing it, oh my God,
Here you go. Have at it.
they're really getting
Go
fancy.
ahead.
No?
This like
We
Montpelier.
gotta make sure we get the right ones.
We're gonna make sure we got the right one this time.
Somebody asked me about it, and I was
Does it
like,
happen this smooth in Montpelier?
Oh, my goodness.
that's why I just asked him. I'm thinking, if I had to go down there, I'd be bald, and I'd be
So there's
probably running somebody over on the way home.
a couple of things that come to my mind when you talk to Ron. Is it Ron?
I can't imagine.
Hey, oh,
Roundabouts,
can we
roundabouts,
stop a minute and listen?
Roundabouts.
Okay,
Nobody
nobody
ever gets
is.
off the roundabout.
I would highly suggest, in my opinion, that you ask Ryan to stake this building out with myself, Scott Goodhue, and Ryan, and you guys. The initial stake, and once that hole's dug, I would suggest that he comes back and stakes it again. And so what that's gonna do is it's gonna eliminate.
Everybody.
Yeah,
So,
And there's
so
gonna be
what
everything.
what we've got now, we want it to where it's gonna be next.
I would have him come in and stake it. We want 4 corners, and he will do that.
So him is that, yeah.
Yes, Ryan. and
Because
then-
instead of Goodhue and.
Yeah, yeah, we don't want no part of that.
No.
And then- Right, then let Goodhue over dig it. He's gonna dig that hole over dig it, have Ryan come back again and put those 4 stakes in that hole. And then Harrison goes up, the concrete guys go up. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna eliminate us from anything not
Yeah.
quite being right. Let him, and he's gonna do it to that print.
Yeah.
Within inches. So I really suggest when you talk to Ryan, you ask him to stake us so we can dig.
Right.
And you want him to come back and stake us so we can pour concrete.
Right,
And then there's no guessing.
right. But the other thing that we don't want to forget, we want to make sure any infrastructure going underneath the slab needs to be put in first.
Well, that goes along with you.
Yeah, that's,
Before you send any forms,
yeah,
put the infrastructure in that we need to put in.
but as far as
Well,
your
that's
water
what
comes
we
this
start
way, no,
thinking, right?
that's.
Yeah, well,
Makes you think,
That's
makes you
what we start
think.
thinking.
Yep,
I just would let him
Yeah.
put the four corners of that building in, so
Yeah.
we don't,
yeah.
have to come back in 6 years and say, hey,
Yeah, because Tony pounded the stake out there, thought everything was good.
I
Yeah,
don't wanna be responsible for that.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. A board member also has to be present,
I think so, yeah, absolutely, at least one.
at least one. So
I think.
when that time comes, somebody should be present with everyone. Yep, like I was when we had the wetland permit review with Crystal.
Yeah, then the liability will go off from us.
Well, we don't want no liability on anyone.
Right, well.
We all wanna work-
Ryan's taking it, so we're.
We all want to work together and bring it all together. That's why we're all together tonight.
Ryan's gonna give us the four true
It's
corners.
his responsibility.
Yeah, and he's gotta tell us where that wetland, that top of bank is. That's gotta go along the same way.
Well, it's not so much the top of bank, it's the 50-foot buffer. He's got a label
Well,
on
it's
it.
both.
That's not,
That's
that
both.
buffer's not labeled yet.
Yeah.
But it's both. He has to do both. He has to reference,
Called it the other day for the guys.
He has to
Somewhere in
ref-
that corner, that's,
he has to reference top of bank.
Yep,
The setback area is the no mow area,
yep.
The buffer,
the buffer.
what he calls it.
That's where the stones are gonna be put along the top.
He can stake that as well.
Correct.
You can put your stones and.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, may I ask a question? As a community member, Lisa Hango,
Sure.
could you remind the viewing public what the budget is for this, and if there's a bond, how much it is, and also if you have capital savings you're putting in or state
Oh, okay,
grants?
so we don't have that I mean.
You don't.
We did take the loan out, and then we do have the, CD that we just cashed in. But to have them exact numbers
No,
right in
no.
front of me, I can get them.
That would be great,
Yeah.
because I know a number of people have asked me like what the total budget is for this project, and I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, the total budget was, it was in the town report, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I think you, Emily, we put together, right, a little kind of running tab of what we know
Yeah.
and estimates.
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Yes, yes.
And someone asked if it's on your town website, and I looked and it's not, but that might be something that people could just look up, because this is like the first major project Berkshire's done in quite some time here.
Agreed.
So it would be helpful for people once they start seeing construction happening, like, okay, yeah, I remember we voted on this, but what exactly did we put into
Agreed,
it?
agreed.
And what is the state taking in, or what are the grants that are
Yes, yes.
being
Good.
used? Thanks,
That's
appreciate
good.
it.
We like input from the town, that's good.
I don't need it now, Emily, sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay, I do have it, it was just a matter of,
It's
yeah.
okay. Yeah, thanks for letting me, well, voice that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you all are gonna go back to Danny next for a road report, but I wanna thank you for working with the state on signage down at the intersection of 108 and 118 and Potato Hill Road. Really appreciate that, because I've had a lot of comments about how people fly through there and it's really dangerous, and I've experienced
we
it.
don't know if we're gonna get anywhere with them.
No, put a speed bump in like Eastburgville, Water Tower Road.
You let me know if you don't get anywhere with the state folks. Thank you very much, Emily.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that very much.
We're giving them the time.
I just suggested that maybe if it goes up on the town website and people can just look it up, like if they Google garage
Yeah.
construction. that
Yeah,
would
because when
be
we
helpful.
sent out that report to everybody at the time when we were going for the vote, that everything was,
Yeah,
sent
I
out
think
then, so we really didn't
everybody
think much of it.
forgot
Yeah.
what they
I'm
voted
sure.
on, at least some people did, and maybe don't have their town report anymore. Thank you. And I just thank Danny, you know, it's really great that you guys are working with the state on that intersection with Potato Hill and 108 and 118.
Yeah, because they
I
did
really
go out there and
appreciate
put
that.
some of it, yeah.
I think if we can get some trees cut and stuff would make things a lot.
It certainly would. Thank you very much. But that still doesn't stop the people who are speeding through that intersection.
Well, we're hoping that sign, once we get that put up, I'm thinking, when I drive into Montgomery, everybody sees how fast they're going and slows down, or I do, so I'm assuming it does work for more than just me.
Hope so.
It does, it does. It kind of reminds you to pump the brakes.
Well, at least it gets it within 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, 'cause that's just really dangerous coming over the hill. Thank you.
Do you find it's that side, the Franklin side more than the other side?
Both.
Yeah, I said that.
I was gonna say, I was tend to see people on the McGarry side.
It's a lot of people from the Franklin side because it's a lot of Canadians who
So,
come flying through there.
When I pull out with the Mark's Farm truck, it's,
It's scary.
yeah, and that's bigger than a car. Yeah, I didn't realize it until I pulled out last
That
fall.
was just a copy of Brian's
Yeah, you kind of have to.
agenda that he
You have to
had.
There's no
experience
good
it.
way,
Previous,
I went up
but if you
to
wanted a
the
copy
short
of it.
street and the other one.
Short
I made a
Street
copy
doesn't-
for
It's
everyone.
even worse.
Yeah, it is. We don't miss that
Oh,
street.
just you.
That was
Thank
Brian's agenda. That he had, that we put together, just for everybody, and the copy if you wanted it. Gee whiz.
Oh, this was the meeting we had the other night.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did give that, I sent that to everybody.
That was just a hard copy that I put together to make sure everybody had a copy.
Okay. Danny, highway updates.
Well, we just changed that culvert on Reservoir Road.
You got it all
Which
done,
one?
I think?
It's in, water going through it. We just gotta shine it up tomorrow. So, that was a pretty good day for that.
Which location, Danny, was that?
It's down by, Goodrich's, just below Goodrich's.
That's what they said, yeah.
And we get that shined up, and then we'll move on to the Marvin Road and get them two done. And now we got probably another one if we got culverts enough.
So, just as a heads up, I got your stuff through to, on that municipal roads grant. So if you want to do the Robatelli Road this year, it is approved. If,
I don't think we're gonna have time for that this year.
you told me the other day you really wanted to do that.
Oh, I do wanna do it.
How long they got to do it?
September 30th, I pushed to get it through and yeah, I just got confirmation. But it's all right, we can try it next year again.
But what do we have left to do that's in priority to get done?
The
Well,
Mineral Brook Road, or the
we got-
Marvin Road
And
has
then
been
two on the Marvin Road, possibly one on Potato Hill,
What's on Potato Hill?
another bad culvert.
Danny and I got called to order.
Well, but that
Where was the
culvert
last
can be
one?
done after September 30th because it's not a grant.
Yeah,
It's collapsed. No, but to his point, it was collapsed. The actual, it weren't just a sinkhole, right, Danny?
That's the one where the,
by, just past Timmy LaRose's
Yeah.
house.
Right in front of Tommy's house, or
Yep.
thereabouts. So once we got there to look at it, it wasn't just a sinkhole. 2/3 of the road underneath it had undermined and collapsed.
You know, then we still got sand.
That would be a priority in my opinion too, so.
We got plenty to do.
No, like I said, it's fine. I'll just, we'll just have to put it in for the next year's grant. We just lose this year's grant, that's all.
well, this is the day you're ahead of schedule now, or behind, because you want last
You see
Wednesday.
mine?
Well, we're still behind. And everything's gotta be regraded after all these rains. So. I mean, leave it in as long as you can, maybe I can get to it, but.
No, it's fine. I mean, if it's not done by September 30th, we'll just lose this grant. And it just means we put it in and use it for next year's grant. And
Is it
I mean,
something
that's-
that Scott could help us out with?
oh, I'm sure.
Just to,
We have $12,000.
Yeah, would probably help you out, right, Danny?
Yeah, if you wanna.
I mean, if he can though.
Yeah,
Right,
if you can.
right.
Like, it's just a spot that we've been really pushing for how many years
Yeah.
to fix?
Yeah, quite a few years because they never considered it.
And we finally got it through that it's considered a hydraulic.
Canal.
I'd see better than that.
Yeah, before they run out of money down there.
Yeah.
Find somebody to do it.
But I mean,
Maybe you
yeah.
have to talk to like the
When they give it to you, you don't really wanna send it back.
Yeah, because one of these days you're gonna quit giving us
Yeah.
money.
See, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all pretty easy. I mean, the two on Middlebrook Road,
Marvin,
or Marvin Road,
Are just quick,
JP's on
yeah.
them.
yeah.
It's not that bad.
Because the grant was actually for the
Because if
Berkshire
it's a
Center.
grant, it's not gonna cost us anything.
You can only get at least Robin.
Yeah, we better hop on what,
I
'cause
heard that.
Better.
I think that things are gonna start getting tight down there in Montpelier.
Trade you.
Yeah, that's the big one.
But we'll figure it out. We'll see if we can get a hold of him. If it doesn't work, then,
I mean, we can
no.
try it, but I mean, like I said, we got sand to do now, we got, well, them culverts, got sand, got grading.
How many loads of sand?
I don't need the
Put it down in
paperwork in.
yards.
Only the work has to be done by the 30th.
Do what?
I said, I don't need the paperwork. I said, I only need the work
Yeah.
done by the 30th.
Have you seen Heath at all?
I haven't run into them, I gotta call them.
He's right. Oh, yeah. He's working on Lower Newton, at the corner of Lower Newton and Federal.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
doing that extension.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
What
been working on that for a couple of years.
And he was supposed to come to me at Mylan for 5 or 6 weeks too, but I don't know how that's gonna all turn out yet.
what about the weed whacking?
I just saw something from,
We just signed for it.
yeah,
Did we
Okay.
vote on
Yeah.
it, or did you do that Wednesday?
No, that 1,400 was the other half of his contract for
Oh.
lawn mowing.
Oh, that's not the weed whack, the guardrails?
No, I have a contract that you guys will sign for that, but yes, I did tell him to go ahead at that. He signed his part of the contract. You know what I mean? I just said, stay off the state roads, give it your best shot, and, yeah. For Jake, Marshall.
get you some extra help.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of behind. So.
Yeah, 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 we're
Hey, we
trying,
gotta start.
Weather,
No, he was.
weather's helping you out just like me.
we're trying.
I have the, well, right here is, yeah. Haven't got that far yet, though.
Okay.
So for me, chloride budget is, you only got like 4,000 left, but we added that trailer that we bought to that. Do you wanna turn that trailer into something else like minor equipment? Or do you just wanna go over a little bit on the chloride budget and show that we bought a trailer because we had to have one? I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, we can go over budget, it's not a huge thing.
We're getting down to where we don't need so much chloride, right? We're getting there.
So you only got enough for one more load, unless you move that trailer, then you can get 2 more loads.
My road's never dusty.
I don't know, you'll need 2 more.
Potholes, right?
Right.
We're having some cans on the.
What do you, I was over there just earlier, was half full? Tank
They
half full?
got 4, they got what, 3 or
About
4?
half.
Yeah, they got some small ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we get grading, it's,
So,
Put it down. They don't go
need
with
somebody to make a motion on the chloride trailer, whether they wanna leave it under the chloride or put it under
Minor equipment.
minor equipment.
Do we have funds in minor equipment?
We have half that amount in minor equipment, so you're only going over a little bit on that, where, do you know what I mean, if you go over on chloride.
So we could share that cost.
Yeah, yeah. you
There we
can.
go, so we can share the cost.
yeah, we still got a third of the dust season
Yeah.
left.
So I make a motion that we share the cost between the 2 budgets.
And
Oh, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
so everybody had a chance to read the letter from Northwest Access asking for funds
The $4,000.
The $4,000, yep.
It was only a request, but we've got an invoice set with it at the same time.
Yeah. Yes, it is a request,
It's a request
yes,
With an invoice.
with an invoice.
yes. So the thing is, this is between June and July of next year, or July and June of next year, whichever way you go. So it can be that, or we can come up with a lesser amount, because, you know what I mean, you don't have to do that full amount to support them as in an appropriation of some sort. So I didn't know if you wanted to go, you know what I mean? I mean, it's up to you guys to discuss it, and, you know what I mean? Do you want to go like a 500 or
We utilize them,
1,000,
correct?
or, yeah.
We do utilize them.
So, you know what I mean, instead of that full amount, you can do a lesser amount and still support their cause.
I think we discussed a little bit of it in our meeting, the last time, we got a lot going on with the building, you gotta,
Yeah.
you know, and I think a $500 would be acceptable this time around.
Yeah.
And that way there, possibly next year's budget, we could take a look at budgeting something different.
Yeah.
If we so choose to.
Right.
Make a motion?
Mark made,
I make a motion, we donate $500.
I'll second it.
all right. All right, so we've discussed the speed sign.
Yeah.
To some extent. So we do have to fill out the application, and before I fill it out, are we correct in the fact that we are going to try to put the application in? I did get a hold of Mr. Woods, who came out here with me, and asked him about putting it on that 35-mile-an-hour sign, and he said that is doable, but it's still the same application, and we still have to put the same application in to say that. So I will get it filled out and everything ready, so the next meeting, we can just sign it, and, you know what I mean, whatnot.
You wanna
I can
use
go
the
with that,
post
if
that's
that's what
already
you-
there?
Huh?
You wanna use the post that's already there?
They have a 35-mile-an-hour sign already there,
Yeah.
instead of adding one more sign, because there's, if you look, there's a lot of signs up that
Lots.
hill.
Time I looked, them signs that go on a 3-inch post, and most sign posts are 2-inch posts.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put up our own post to
Right,
support
but you can
this.
still put it
But it's
right,
gonna be in their spot.
that's what I said,
I mean,
because
yeah,
we
I
don't
can
want to
pull their
add
posts.
Yeah.
another sign in that area, there's too many.
On the state's post.
Montgomery,
Yeah, but
Enosburg,
they're
it
3
seems like
inch
they share the same speed limit sign, or the
But are
speed
them
limit zone
Montgomery
sign.
signs, or are they?
State highway.
No, but are they the state, did the state put them up?
No, Montgomery put them up, I think they did the same thing we're doing.
But they seem to share the same.
Yeah, I mean, we can put it on our own post, but it just needs to be right within that same,
Same spot.
that
Yeah.
since it's 35, and now this is what we, you know what I mean, this
All
is
you
how
do is
fast
just
you're
pull their
going.
post and put
Yeah.
ours in.
And there'll be another one you can get hold of for some excavation work.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I can fill the application out and we can get it done, and then the next meeting, we can approve everything and send it in for that. Because if you put it on there, it can stay there permanently.
Right. And then we can look at next year and say anywhere else, like we
Getting
discussed,
another one somewhere
there might
else.
be some other locations that we could put them in as a permanent fix.
Okay. And the next thing is, so you guys asked that we did a contract with Jake for liability. He did say that he always has him and his partner there, that they always work together. And, you know what I mean, in doing all of that, he's gonna do the guardrails, the signposts and all of that. The contract here states that you don't hold the town liable for, you use your own equipment, if anything gets lost, broken, you know, the whole whatever shebang is there, so we just need to approve that, and you guys all sign
Make
it.
a motion, we approve that for Jake.
I second.
With the severity of the signs.
All right. Whoops, let me take the sign sticker off, because he already signed it. And that one was his, and I think that was it for the town. Yep. And the last thing is the energy audit, which we discussed a little bit once already, but I just got an 86-page booklet that they sent me today to go through before we even look at the application, so we're not even gonna discuss it tonight. And if you want, I'll email you that thing, but I'll try to go through it before the next meeting and see what I come up with as far as,
80-something pages.
yeah, because that's a bit much to go over tonight. So other than that, I'm done unless anybody else has anything to go over.
So we can decide if we're gonna hire someone to come in and do them culverts.
Oh, yes.
And see,
What's the on here?
Nope,
They
I just
they
changed.
got plenty of other things to do.
Yeah.
We can get someone to come in and do them.
Either Good Hughes or maybe Alfred's grandson.
Whomever.
Dylan.
Yeah. Blue collar.
Or rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Ryan,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
Someone that has some bandwidth.
so we got, how much is it gonna cost to do?
We'll have to get
So-
those prices.
So let me put it out this way, the grant is for Robatelli Road and for Berkshire Center Road, and I'm not sure, what were you doing down there? You were changing a culvert on the Berkshire Center Road, right?
No. Oh, well, yes, we were.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one was
like
changing and one was
Kermit
stone lining.
Like Kermit White's.
Yes,
Sometime along the line, we got that culvert to change.
yes, and that was part of that grant. That's-
Oh, that's the one, right,
Yeah.
Fuse years,
Where?
about Fuse years, well, you doctored it up last year.
Yeah.
My neighbor,
Okay,
my
let's,
driveway,
The brown
The
house
next,
that's for sale.
the one in between me and Andy.
and that's on the blacktop.
Huh?
We're gonna tear up new blacktop.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we can get the Robatelli one, because we've been working on that one for a
Yeah, I
long
mean,
time, I will be happy if you can at least get that done. But my other thing is so we have, pipe coming out to blacktop the King Road. We also know that that gas line is going up the King Road. How much damage is that equipment gonna do to that brand new blacktop?
They're boring underneath.
They're boring, I was gonna say, they haven't done much.
But they still have their excavators and they still have all of their stuff are they on the blacktop or are they
They don't
staying
seem
on the
to be-
road?
They don't seem to be damaging 105, they're,
Okay, I'm just asking
Well, it's
because
just
you're putting brand new
105
blacktop
is
on
old
that road.
blacktop. It's hardened down good. I wouldn't want them on there if it was a week or two old.
but they got their rubber, they're all rubber, a lot of them are rubber tracks, they're,
They still
That's
tear
good
down.
either.
Maybe.
I mean, if they bore it, they shouldn't even get on it.
But you know,
they're beside it, everything's done, the track, they're just baby excavators, they're not even big ones.
I don't care. I'm just letting you guys know that if that equipment goes up there and we're putting brand new blacktop on and it's damaged, there's gonna be some ugly residents.
maybe just a suggestion, we
So I'm
should,
just putting it out there.
we should take a look, we definitely wouldn't want them there both at the same time. So maybe we should inquire on what the schedule looks like.
They're,
Do you
well,
know
the
when
way
Pike
they're
is
going.
coming?
Yeah, they
Do
don't
you
seem
know
to be
when
going
Pike is
anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Said I was gonna call them Monday.
they're not, they still got a good month or two before they get to up
But
there.
we could definitely contact someone and get an idea where they're scheduled to see when they plan on being on the case.
I can do
They've
that.
only
Joe
gone to
told us
there.
he'd be
Yeah,
here in
they
August.
seem to have kind of come to a standstill there. Around
The dairy center sold it, well, there's telephone lines underground
Yeah.
there, so they're, so from right
Not
now, if they go by your place, so the things are really gonna slow down.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, they give us a
Whole point.
report every Monday on what the gas company's doing and
Oh,
how
they're-
far they
oh,
are and
good.
what their schedule is ahead of.
yeah, 'cause it looks like they work about 4.5 days. You come in on Monday and you leave halfway through Friday.
I can see we go way back, way
Yeah.
down.
Okay, that's all I have.
Any further questions? Discussion?
Oh, it's only 8 o'clock. Whew.
Concern?
804.
Oh, that's right, our clocks are off, sorry.
We can't move the meetings, can we? 'Cause I don't like coming tonight.
Lisa?
You really think anything?
All right.
Okay, so we do have to
me.
My day off. You know, you got my weekend off.
Make a motion, can I get a motion to close the meeting?
I move.
No TNT?
No. Yeah, South TNT.
I saw a hand. Were you closing or no?
Yeah, AT.